Well, it looks like Harvey has found himself in some trouble again.
Who is Marjorie cheating with? Allegedly. The bodyguard.
The guy.
Oh, God, let's hope so.
The Harvey family, who are renowned for their unwavering support of one another, recently created history at the Griot Awards by acting with such grace during an increasingly serious incident. The 66-year-old master of ceremonies, Steve Harvey, is a family man who always looks good in his shimmering black suit and his favorite sepia shade. The awards, which were intended to celebrate prominent members of the Black community, ended up serving as a venue for a more intimate meeting when Harvey's unity was examined. Steve shared a picture of himself and his family on Instagram with the caption, "The Griot Awards," with them grinning behind him behind a glittering gold curtain. Conversations surrounding them about Marjorie Harvey's extramarital affair and an enormous $200 million divorce settlement put this picture-perfect occasion in perspective.
Other than your relationship with God, who you choose to spend the rest of your life with is the single most important decision you will ever make.
In late August, there were reports that Marjorie Harvey was having an affair with someone from their tight group, probably their personal chef and bodyguard. The payment announcement seemed to highlight the severity of the issue, despite the lack of hard evidence. To allay any concerns, the Harveys decided to publicly address the rumors. Steve Harvey disputed the claims in front of an enthused audience at Atlanta's InvestFest, using his signature blend of candor and humor. Let me clarify, though, that I'm fine before I begin. Well, I'm doing. Not to be outdone, Marjorie Harvey used her Instagram account as a platform to refute the accusations, defending the couple's fortitude in the face of rumors. More specifically, at the Griot Awards, Steve Harvey made his stage debut alone. The scene was arranged with a gold curtain, and he looked stunning with a serious expression that complemented his shining clothing. Marjorie Harvey, who has always made her husband happy, looked amazing in white, with their scarcely perceptible 26-year-old son Winton at her side and their socialite adopted daughter Laura. Despite the circulating rumors, the family presents a united front for the cameras. And still, there are whispers. Under the surface of familial harmony, observers of the link between celebrity and wealth are starting to discover Steve Harvey's financial misadventures. Within the financial industry, there are rumors that the TV personality and comedian has been discreetly selling off high-end homes. There was a famous Atlanta property for sale. It sold for a cool $3.4 million, closing so quickly you would have thought there was a secret alarm going off beneath the lavish curtains of the Harvey property. When Steve Harvey sells profitable equities, his name appears in the ledger books of well-known investors. Anonymized financial analysts make assumptions about the motivations behind this kind of movie. It's not like you just liquidate that kind of asset level without a plan, a Wall Street insider said. It is clear that there are two parts to the inference. This can be a sign of approaching personal difficulties or a prudent financial movie. Using the remains of these interactions, the audience creates their own story because they are constantly looking for one. The rumor mill paints a picture of increasing liquid assets, with hints of a personal life in flux and huge changes anticipated, some of which may necessitate a long runway in finances. The Harvey family's media, lifestyle, and entertainment empire is extensively examined to identify any weaknesses that might result in major consequences for their range of business ventures. Remarkably, for a family whose name is synonymous with unity and cunning, Steve Harvey has sold off a sizable amount of his holdings. The contrast between personal affairs and public triumphs captivates everyone. A family is shown in a narrative that is crafted from financial anecdotes, pundit remarks, and unrelenting rumors at a critical point in their lives. The audience is alert and ready to dissect every new detail, and the Harveys continue to project an air of invincibility. Considering all of this, it's important to keep in mind that Steve Harvey's financial savvy has contributed greatly to his net worth, which is expected to reach $280 million by 2023 after he starts earning up to. Harvey is among the highest-paid individuals in the sector. His production company, Steve Harvey Global, is the parent company to his non-production ventures, such as the annual Miss Universe pageant organization. Harvey's wealth has increased by a staggering $1,200 during the last 10 years, proving his financial acumen. This figure represents a man skillful at negotiating the tumultuous waters of finance, a far cry from the inexperienced comedian of the past. His lucrative career as an attractive television host for programs like Miss Universe contributes greatly to his wealth and solidifies his position as one of the titans of the financial industry. A useful and maybe protective narrative regarding Steve Harvey's recent financial decisions emerges among the potential for scandal. With an estimated net worth of $280 million, a divorce settlement might have far-reaching effects. Since Georgia is an equitable distribution state, if the couple decides to file for formal separation, Marjorie may be entitled to an equitable share, possibly half of their combined wealth. This suggests that Steve's asset structure, which resembles a chessboard, is more than just a coincidence. Harvey is great at getting things done, so it makes sense that he's being frugal with the money. Some would even go so far as to say that he is deliberately hoarding his wealth in order to shield himself from unstable marriages in the future. Though speculative, this kind of planned deliberate spending makes sense for a man whose astute money management has increased his net worth by $12 in just 10 years. Harvey might have the freedom to deal with any future personal upheaval if assets were liquidated, especially if money was transferred from physical to more liquid forms. This would not be out of the ordinary for someone with his level of intelligence, who is well known for planning prestigious events like the Miss Universe pageant and accumulating fortune. When the Griot Awards glittered brightly, the Harvey family was facing charges that may ruin their reputation as a unit. With the protection of the Harvey family, Big Boom has broken any pretense of peace by revealing a secret. The public's perception of the family structure has been called into question by this shocking discovery. Harvey's long-term rumored affair and the fallout from a covert paternity suit damaged his well-manicured public persona. On social media, there has been a lot of conjecture surrounding the similarities between Lori and Big Boom that Timsy Fuel's pictures revealed. Given the synchronicity of Lori's birth, it's possible that the affair took place before Steve and Marjorie were married. The public's interest has been piqued by this disclosure, and the family ties that the Harvey sponsored have been re-examined. Daisy, when Barry jumps into the fight in the middle, the stakes are raised. Barry's remark intensifies the conflict because she had a history of animosity toward the Harveys. We can't help but think eyes would dart straight to Steve and Marjorie if anything were to happen to Freeman, she said, hinting at a potential problem that might be looming large over the family. Barry's scathing remarks also made some wonder if Marjorie would make a clean break financially, since they implied that she would be vying for a substantial portion of the Harvey funds. Steve is unprepared for what this implies. Since remaining mute could be interpreted as admitting culpability, he needs to confront these charges head-on. Big Boom's history of dishonest and questionable business methods makes his assertion untrustworthy. These details suggest that Steve is ready for a storm, as does the news of his upcoming asset sale. His financial activities are closely observed, and speculation exists that he may be prioritizing the transfer of his substantial wealth over any personal upheavals, such a divorce. As the narrative progresses, the Harveys continue to be watched carefully. Fans are eager to see what this family will reveal next, because their silence on the subject has just added to the mystery. The multitude of opinions from fans sharing their thoughts on Harvey's developing drama has not held back. Similar to other public spectacles with well-known figures, it appears that the court of public opinion is in session, and the jury is out. One fan's comments lend credence to the idea of persistence and call for a serious evaluation of the circumstances. No, he excels in his line of work. He was content with his role as the head of the household and the primary provider of income. How come he's sobbing now? Another observer highlights the delicate balancing act between one's own demons and the public's favor in the meantime. Steve, you're liked by all. I would investigate it and not give up. There must be some truth, even if you would rather not acknowledge it, and you seem to be aware of it. Stand up and take a look around. Something akin to a fan-seeking perspective breaks through the din with an almost philosophical statement. Shut it down. In the end, Harvey has failed, recovered, and thrived. He doesn't care what other people think of him. He's accepting a higher form, living life, and maintaining an optimistic outlook. I would offer him a day in exchange. Positive outcome. Each of these unique viewpoints provides a glimpse into the minds of others, presenting a patchwork of ideas ranging from harsh criticism to unwavering appreciation. The complexity of public opinion is demonstrated by the multiple points of view rather than a single prevailing perspective. The Harvey family is under continual observation from onlookers who are skilled at telling truth from fiction and drama from reality as they make their way across these dangerous waters. The continuation of the Harvey story, in which the public writes the following chapter. It is hard to ignore the complex web of conjecture and reality that has been stitched together as we finish this chapter in the tragedy of the Harvey family. Here's your chance to comment on the high risks of stardom, where disclosure of personal information occurs. Do you believe the well-known resiliency of the Harvey family will help them get through this storm? Or will this be the turning point where the family's much-needed harmony is restored? And what are your thoughts on Steve Harvey's most recent financial decisions? A crafty ruse, or precursors to an impending personal crisis? The comment section is where your voice can be heard amidst the cacophony of rumors and opinions. Share your insights, theories, and let us know if you believe there's more to the story that meets the eye. Farewell, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you never miss out on the latest gossip that's got everyone talking.